The survey results are in, and they are basically unanimous.
Unanimous.
I can't believe this. Everybody said we should do the same show. And you know what show they suggested?
I have no idea.
The Bill.
Oh my gosh, The Bill.
There are 2,400 episodes of The Bill.
Everybody has been on that episode.
If we do one episode a week, 46 years of podcasts.
Excellent.
Planned. We got it. Thanks, guys.
Sarah. Wake up, Sarah.
What?
You were having a bad dream.
Oh, I was having the worst nightmare.
What was your nightmare about?
We decided to cover The Bill on the podcast for 46 years.
Wait a minute. The Bill? That's not a bad idea.
No! Hey, Maniacs.
Hey, Maniac.
This is our special one-off survey result mini episode.
And announcements.
We asked you for your feedback on where we should go next, since we're going to have a little break with the Midsomer. And boy, did you come through.
You guys delivered in spades.
And you did not suggest that we cover The Bill. Thank you.
That was just our little fun at the beginning.
Hopefully nobody stopped listening at that point.
I hope not.
And they're like, I'm unsubscribing from this podcast. Forget that. I mean, it could have been Zedcar. It could have been worse.
Yeah, it could have been worse.
That has like 1.5 million episodes or something.
So we're going to release this on Sunday night and then a regular episode tomorrow on Monday morning.
Yes.
So you're listening to us Sunday night if you're a true maniac.
We're doing this separately because there are folks who don't have season 23 of Midsomer, so they're not listening to the regular episodes yet, but they still wanted to hear the results of the survey. So we wanted to do it in a little one-off. Oh my gosh, thank you so much. So many of you replied.
So much.
And your answers were really, really helpful.
Yes.
It wasn't
absolutely.
just, I don't know. That's what my students would say. I don't know. No, you gave us great feedback and so much love. Thank you so much. There were so many like really kind things. If I have a bad day, I'm going to go back and look at the survey comments.
That's a happy file right there.
Yes, absolutely. But it was also pretty unanimous in terms of what people agreed on that they like and what their ideas were on where we should go next.
So one of the things you'd like us to cover more full seasons rather than picking and choosing episodes from a season, that's okay. Then that fits into our plan. See, we're building towards the announcement of what we're going to cover next to give you an idea of why we're covering it next. Also, it was okay to cover shows that are not British.
Yes, but everybody wanted mysteries. They wanted light, funny, cozy mysteries. That was very unanimous.
Absolutely.
They wanted whole seasons, as you mentioned, because hopping around between shows is kind of confusing for people. And everybody agreed that we should cover a show that everybody can watch, that's really easy to access.
Yep.
And we could not agree more. It was exactly what we were thinking.
Yep.
We wanted to do something fun. We are not going to start covering another show and cover one season after another after another. We're not going to do that.
No, but we're going to cover full seasons.
A whole season of a show.
Yeah. Another thing that we're not going to do, somebody mentioned this, was you guys are a really fun, entertaining podcast, and the lack of advertising is one of your best features. And we are going to continue that total lack of advertising.
Yeah, that is not going to change.
So we are not going to have a Patreon. We're not going to take any sort of sponsorship unless it's directly related to what we're covering.
Right. And even then, it would be fundraising for a charity.
Yeah, or something like that.
So we may have some new merch for the shows that we cover, but we're never going to have ads. We're never going to push, therapy at you or manscaping products or anything like that. I hate that too.
Someone suggested that we've taken mystery podcasts to a new level.
I don't know what that new level is.
I don't know either. Well, I have to tell you, we get at least now, and it's probably going to increase soon because we've been doing good numbers lately. We get a lot of solicitations for sponsorships of people who have no idea what we talk about.
No.
My favorite, not only are the whole male grooming side, they hit you up, but lately it's been jewelry.
What?
Yeah. Like, I'm not going to shill your jewelry to my fans. I'm sorry.
If our listeners want a new necklace, they can find it on their own. They don't need us to tell them where to get it.
Yep.
We also heard that you are excited about live events. Not everybody can attend them, but even the recordings can be fun, apparently. And the one idea from all the ideas that we suggested that people seemed the most stoked about was some kind of live pub quiz.
Which is in the works for the future.
So we are absolutely going to try to do that.
Yep.
It'll be trivia about things you know if you listen. So Midsomer trivia, probably.
And I think Midsomer trivia to start off.
Yeah. So we got to figure out exactly how to go about
So
doing that.
even if you
best,
don't like
but-
the show we're covering, tune in for that episode.
Yeah, so we will do that. We also heard that though the gorometer is fun, people kind of forget what the scale looks like. So when we mention, we think this one's a knife or it's poison, you kind of don't remember what the rest of it is. And so what we're going to do is we're going to start using it only when we introduce a new show.
Yeah.
So only at the beginning of a season that we're covering, we'll say, if you've never seen this show before, here's where it falls on the gorometer, just to kind of give you some context for a show maybe you've never seen.
But other than that, all the stuff you love, Sarah recommends, Dead Body, Mark's Bad Movies, all that stuff is all still going to remain
Everybody's
after the
still
show.
like
People
that.
like after the show a lot. So.
Yeah, after the credits, when we kind of figure out what things happen after the plot's done. Yeah, so we're still going to keep all the things that you love. And, these were easy decisions to make because everybody seemed to agree.
Of all the services, people mostly have Netflix, Amazon Prime, Acorn, and BritBox. Now, the vast majority of our listeners come from the U.S. and Great Britain. Those are our two big countries. So that's totally not unexpected.
Right.
And I got to tell you, folks, I tried to find out what shows were on different BritBoxes and Netflix.
The regional versions of those.
And the people at one streaming service, I won't name that streaming service, but they lied to me.
They lied?
Yeah, they said, we don't have phones anymore. Because I was like, can I call up your promotions department? And they were like, we don't have phones anymore. We're trying to increase communication. I was like,
that doesn't make any sense.
That makes no sense at all.
Yeah. But based on what we learned about the services you're subscribed to and what you have access to, we know that Amazon, Netflix, Acorn, YouTube, Hulu, things that are either common subscriptions or are free are our best bets.
Yes. And that's what people, the vast majority of Maniac angst was when people couldn't watch the shows we were covering.
Yeah.
And
they wanted to follow along.
We completely understand that.
We don't want to leave anybody out.
No, we don't want to leave anybody out. And it comes down to this, folks. We do this for fun, and we've always done this for fun. If it's not fun, we're stopping. So we want to do a fun show.
Yeah. For example, we're not going to cover Happy Valley.
Yeah. So Happy Valley keeps being recommended to us.
It's too dark. We can't make fun of that. Look, a drive-by shooting. It doesn't work.
I watched season 1 and 2 of Happy Valley recap and needed some time alone after that.
Yeah.
And we can't watch that show and then be like, oh, look at that guy in the background.
Yeah. The one behind the guy who just got shot in the drive-by. Look at him.
We can't be goofy with a show like that.
No.
Even I would say, and this is not to say that we wouldn't cover Vera eventually maybe, but
Vera's right on the edge.
Vera is definitely
She's
on the
quirky
edge.
enough that she doesn't take herself too seriously. The character doesn't. So it has some potential, but I would say that is as far into the dark and stormy mysteries as we would be willing to go.
Yeah,
ever.
we want to stay clearly and cozy.
So with all that being said,
yes,
we have decided what show we are going to cover after we are done with Midsomer Murders season 23. And that show is...
Tomorrow we're going to get the last Midsomer season 23, and then returning on the 20th of February, we're going to take 2 weeks off because, oh my gosh.
We got some prep to do.
Returning on the 20th of February, Murdoch Mysteries, Season 1, Episode 1.
From the very beginning, baby.
Very beginning, baby. It's cozy, it's Canadian, it's fun. There's so much to talk about. It's on Acorn, Gem, YouTube, Hulu, Ovation TV, and Alibi TV in the UK.
If not more.
And a little birdie told me that if you look on YouTube, you might be able to find the first season pretty easily.
Yes. If you've never watched Murdoch Mysteries, know that if you like Midsomer, you will like it. It's no darker. It's actually less serious than Midsomer, but the cases are really good. They're very interesting. They tend to follow the rules of giving you the clues so that you can figure it out too.
They have fun historical figures.
The characters are great. And even if you've seen all of Murdoch, when's the last time you watched season 1?
Yep.
Right?
So there is a whole thing with Murdoch too that you get the benefit here. So that there's mysteries, it's cozy, they have great characters, it's fun, it's enjoyable, it's happy, it's light, it's all those things. But it's also Canadian. Now you don't have to know the Canadian stuff to like that show.
No, not at all.
But now you have a guide.
We got an insider, huh?
Yep.
Yeah.
So when they say that you need to meet at the corner of this street and this street, I'll be like, those two streets don't cross each other.
Or I went to a club once at that
because I
intersection.
literally lived
in Toronto.
Right where it's set.
Yeah. So. We're also hoping that Murdoch is pretty good at fan engagement. They're really great about creating content for fans, and they do lots of interviews and stuff like that.
Specifically, right now in Kitchener-Waterloo, they're
having like a festival kind of
It's not
deal.
a festival, it's a museum exhibit of artifacts from the show.
So we're hoping that as we cover season 1, we'll be able to maybe get some insider knowledge about the show that we can share, maybe an interview or two.
It would be super cool.
And if we do get an interview, we'll do it separately from the regular episode. We'll post it as its own little mini episode, because that was another piece of feedback that we got from you, that you like interviews with people related to the shows, but you sort of wanted it to be separate from the regular episodes. So we will do our best to get in touch with them and maybe get somebody on the show.
So on the 20th of February, Murdoch season 1, episode 1, we're going to cover a kind of intro in that episode. It's a great episode. It's got Tesla. You start with Tesla.
Yeah, Nikola Tesla,
right?
The cars.
It is what I love about episode 1. I love so many things about episode 1. But there are things that happen in episode 1 that carry on throughout the entire series.
Yes. And if you haven't seen it, we won't spoil it for you. We won't spoil things that happen later in the show. We will talk about the episodes as if we've never seen anything after it.
We will spoil the episode, but not the series.
Right. So that's what we're going to do. Thank you for all of your feedback. We hope you're excited. If you've never seen it, if you like if you like our show, just trust us. You'll have fun with Murdoch.
So January 30th is our last Midsomer season 23 episode, and then we'll be moving directly on to Murdoch on February 20th.
For season 1.
Yeah.
We're not saying we're going to do Murdoch from now on.
Nope.
We're just going to do...
But we're going to do the whole of season 1.
Yes.
It's going to last us to May.
Yeah.
And along with that, we're going to do some fun stuff like a live Midsomer pub trivia night, and we're going to do... The last episode of Murdoch season 1 is one of my favorites. It's about Martians.
Yeah, it's really wackadoodle.
In a fun way.
Yeah, and we'll do a live
live show for that.
So that's what we're going to do. Again, thank you so much for all of your feedback and all of your lovely comments. They were really nice.
I have to say, I love you all.
Yes.
Absolutely.
We have the best listeners.
We have the best listeners. And let me end with a quote from one of my favorite quotes, which was, I love it entirely, but if you have to change, I'm sure those will be great too.
Yeah. Thank you for trusting us.
Thank you, Maniacs.
Bye, Maniacs.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1.
I think that works.
Yep, with your laugh.